Good evening, and welcome to the University of Houston Hispanic Alumni Association Scholarship Reception. My name is Monica Rojas Hidalgo, and I am the proud president of UHA. Tonight, we honor 10 amazing students and bestow onto them $15,000 in scholarship money to help them achieve their academic dreams. Like many of our applicants and many of our scholars, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have been able to go to college without scholarship money. So this is something that I hold very near and dear to my heart. I'd like to thank our students for sharing with us a little piece of them, a little piece of what they want to do in their essays. That was very touching, and I feel very honored to be able to have been a part of that. And I want to thank them in advance for the amazing things that they're going to do in the name of the University of Houston and the Hispanic Alumni Association, because I know you will do it, and I know you will do great things. I would also like to take a second to thank our sponsors for our events and those who attended. Without y'all, we can't do what we do. We can't put on successful events. We can't raise money for our students. So it is because of you that we are able to do this tonight, and that we're able to help other people that maybe were in our situation, or maybe we had different situations, but still we're helping our community to better itself. So thank you so much to everybody, to our applicants, our sponsors, our event attendees, volunteers, everybody. We are so thankful for you, and I hope that you enjoyed tonight's program. Now on to Olivarez to continue the reception.
Hi everyone, I'm Veronica, the Communications Chair, and I am so excited to introduce our scholars. First, we have Helene Habor. She is an undergraduate student at the University of Houston Bauer College Honors Program. She is currently pursuing a major in accounting and hopes to develop her investment banking and financial services skills post-graduation. She's also passionate about trade and banking within emerging and undeveloped economies. She plans to graduate in fall 2022. Next, we have Fabian de la Garza. He was born in Brownsville, Texas in 1998. After his dad was deported to Mexico, he moved to Matamoros with his mom and sister. While his teenage brother Julio went to Houston to pursue the American dream, Fabian grew up experiencing the Mexican culture. After completing 7th grade in Matamoros, he moved to Houston with Julio. Not knowing English scared Fabian, but he persevered to graduate from Frank Black Middle School and Maid Creek High School in 2017. In 2020, Fabian obtained an Associates of Arts from Lone Star College and is currently pursuing an EC6 Generalist Bachelor's degree at the University of Houston, with plans to graduate in fall 2022. Congratulations, Fabian! Next, we have Soraya Medrano. She was born and raised in Houston, Texas. Her parents are Hispanic immigrants and have worked endlessly to get her family where they are today. With 3 older brothers, Soraya is the youngest of her siblings. She recently graduated from Maid Creek High School and proud to have finished among the top 10, ranking 7th in her class. Soraya will be a freshman at the University of Houston, majoring in biology in the fall with the dream of becoming a pediatrician. She plans to graduate in May 2025. Congratulations, Soraya! Next, we have Ednancy Salcido. She was born in Houston, Texas, and the youngest daughter of a family of Hispanic immigrants. She's a first-generation undergraduate student majoring in public health at the University of Houston. Her parents' hard work and encouragement have played a big part in her education success. Ednancy is dedicated to helping her community by volunteering in food banks through the Texas Teen Club, as well as local church organizations. After obtaining her Bachelor of Science in Public Health at University of Houston, she wants to be an emergency management planner. With the UH Hispanic Alumni Scholarship, she will be able to continue pursuing her education and accomplishing her dream career. She thanks the Hispanic Alumni Association for giving her this opportunity. She plans to graduate in spring 2024. We're so glad to have you, Nancy. Thank you so much for applying. Next, we have Mario Hernandez. He was born and raised in Mexico. Mario moved to Houston in 2015 in pursuit of better educational opportunities. Mario attended Houston Community College before transferring to the University of Houston in the fall of 2019, where he maintains a 4.0 GPA. Mario has been active in student organizations such as the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, where he proudly served as secretary at the CHPE UH chapter this past year. Thanks to the UH Hispanic Alumni Scholarship, Mario will be able to continue his education aspirations and graduate in spring 2022 as an electrical engineer. Next, we have Kevin Mendoza. Kevin is from La Paz, Bolivia, and moved to Houston, Texas when he was very young with his family in order to find a better life. He has taken full advantage of every opportunity that has placed him in the position he is in today. Kevin has obtained an Honors Associates of Science degree from Lone Star College and is currently majoring in civil engineering. He has a passion for math, science, design, and to one day improve current construction conditions to have a more sustainable future through the use of natural resources. He plans to graduate in spring 2023. Congratulations, Kevin. Next, we have Tania Muniz. She is a senior at Yes Prep East End and will be attending the University of Houston as a first-generation student this upcoming fall. With plans to major in either nursing or biomedical engineering, some of her favorite things to do are hang out with her friends, play sports, and go out for boba. She's looking forward to calling UH her new home for the next 4 years and meeting new people. She plans to graduate in fall 2025. Congratulations, Tania. Next, we have Montserrat Hinojosa. She is a rising sophomore at the University of Houston pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Psychology. A first-generation student from immigrant parents, Montserrat has seen the fear and difficulty that they've gone through when trying to get help from a doctor. Seeing how people close to her were affected by COVID inspired her to pursue this path even more. After undergrad, she plans to pursue a Master's of Hospital Administration and/or advance her studies by enrolling in a Physician Assistant Credible program. She plans to graduate in spring 2024. Congratulations, Montserrat. Next, we have Valeria Rojas Gomez. She is an international student from Venezuela attending the Bauer College of Business at the University of Houston. She's a junior pursuing a degree in supply chain management and management information systems. Valeria loves the University of Houston and has always thought of it as her dream university. Valeria is a third-generation University of Houston Cougar and feels honored to have this scholarship opportunity. She plans to graduate in fall 2023. Next up, we have a message from Brian Ching. I had the honor of interviewing him at his bar, East End Backyard. So check it out. Hi, I'm Veronica Olivarez, the Communications Chair for the University of Houston's Hispanic Alumni Association. Thank you so much for being here at our scholarship reception. I'm here with our guest speaker, Brian Ching, former Houston Dynamo legend and bar restaurant owner. Brian, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Veronica. First of all, I just want to say congratulations to the Hispanic Association, Alumni Association, for going out, raising more money than you guys have, and giving out more money in scholarships this year than you guys have in the past. I really take my hat off to you guys, giving back to the students of UH. Second, I want to thank the award recipients for taking the initiative to going out and finding this scholarship or finding this opportunity for yourselves. I know it's difficult at times. I was obviously in your shoes, not quite in your shoes. I was fortunate enough to get a college scholarship, but had I been in your shoes, I don't know if I would have ever taken that initiative to reach out and find different opportunities, different sources of money for myself. And then, you know, another congratulations for writing a beautiful essay that allowed you to become one of the chosen recipients. So good work for you guys. You guys are definitely taking the initiative, which is a major factor in success in life.
Thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate that. So can you tell us a little bit about your college experience and, you know, as a soccer player, did you have a coach or somebody that was a mentor that really stuck out to you during your college time?
Yeah, I think I was very fortunate along my life to have a number of mentors in my life. I think the first role model that I had was my mother. She taught me how she was a single mom of 3 boys and was a great role model in the sense that she showed me how hard you had to work to be successful in life. You know, one of the things that I've learned, and I constantly tell kids these days, is that it's like a pyramid. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to be a professional soccer player, a professional athlete. But the higher you go up the level in success, the harder and harder it gets. And a lot of people aren't willing to work that hard. And not only work hard, but have good mentors along the way, make good friends, because I think those things are very important in life, the people you surround yourself with. So, you know, when I look back at my role models, I was fortunate that, you know, they gave me the right tools and gave me the right advice to be successful. So first, like I said, was my mother, who taught me to work extremely hard. The next, I had a coach who taught me how to think. And when I kind of relate a lot of these things, it's to soccer. So he taught me how to think the game, not just go out, run around and do things, but actually think about the things that I was doing in those games. And that kind of transformed not only myself, on the soccer field, but outside of the soccer field, because it taught me to be a critical thinker in a lot of different ways. And I think to be successful, you're going to face a lot of challenges in life. And it's how you deal with those challenges, whether they make you successful or not. And I'll get to another point later on when I talk about how people deal with failure, one of the points that I've learned. But, I was fortunate enough to have another coach who taught me how to learn from watching better players. So when I was growing up in Hawaii, I didn't know much about soccer. Had good role models, worked hard, taught me to think about the game. But when I went to college, my college coach really told me, all right, don't just watch a soccer game, learn from it, right? So you can extrapolate this to any profession. So find somebody that's successful in an area that you want to be, and find out or read a book about what they did, or watch them and see the little things. Don't just watch them from afar, 30,000 view, but get in there into the granular, look at the little details of the things they did. So, one of the things when, I'll talk about soccer in this way is, he goes, watch a player, think about where he is when he's not on camera. What is he doing? How is he moving? Look at the little things, how he turns his head, when he looks around, how does he find other players? How does he know where his teammates are? How does he, move this way to pass the ball this way? A lot of little things, and you can take that to, studying about a mathematician or studying about a scientist that's successful, and then you kind of really break down and look at the things that they did, look at the choices that they made in their life, and that'll really, really kind of help you along the path, because no matter what you want to do, somebody's probably done it before, and so, a good way to learn quicker is not to go out there and make your own mistakes, is to go out there and watch somebody who's been successful and learn from their mistakes. And so that was another thing that I did. I picked up books about professional athletes, and I made sure that I was trying to read about the things. How did they eat? What was their game day routine? How did they approach sleep, their fitness, their health, their friends around them, their mentality? What did they do for their mental game? And that's a lot of the things that I started to kind of slowly learn over time and pick up and really help me become a successful soccer player in a lot of ways. And so, I was very fortunate to have a number of good mentors along the way. And, if you don't have any mentors at this point, go out and find some. There are always people looking to give back. I'm sure, speaking to the students, the Alumni Association is an excellent place to start for looking for a mentor, because one, obviously these people, the people in the association are already giving back, in the form of scholarships, so they want to be helpful and want to succeed. And I think one of the things that is really important in his life is the initiative that you guys have taken to go out and look for money to help pay for college, but take that initiative into every area of your life, to ask, to find somebody, to get help along the way, because the more help you have, the easier and easier things are going to be.
So Brian, with books that you've read, mentors that you've had, what was the moment where it was like, aha, like that's it, that made all the sense in the world? Or
So for me, there was no aha moment. I mean, life is a journey, and you learn through every step of the way, and it wasn't like this big aha. I had a number of aha moments in my life, in a number of areas of my life, right? I think for soccer, one of my aha moments or big moments was when I first went to the Galaxy. I was the first team that drafted me. I was a rookie. My rookie season, I wasn't a starter. The starter got hurt right before the first game of the season, so I got thrown into a starting position pretty much the week before our first game. And mentally I wasn't ready. You know, our team had a terrible first half. We're down 3-0 at halftime. You know, being the rookie, the coach obviously is going to pull you off. But from that moment on, you know, our team came back to score 2 goals. So it was 3-2, didn't win, but they kind of picked it up a little bit. And at that moment, what I told myself was, oh, you're not good enough, you know? And so I went for the next 3 to 4 months of that season, going to training every day, thinking, acting like I was not good enough to be a professional player. So how do you think I performed? I failed miserably every single day I went out there because I was telling myself, you're not good enough to be out there. And so I realized that what I was doing was destructive. And in that moment, I was like, okay, get back to what made you successful. Get back to working hard, you know, studying the game, and go out and ask for help. And so I went to one of the assistant coaches. I said, look, what do I need to work on? He gave me a list of things, and I went in every day, an hour early to training, and I was out in the field before everybody else, and I started working on those things. And throughout the season, I got better and better and better. And by the end of the season, the coach felt confident enough in my ability to start putting me back into games. And you know, the end of the season came. We lost in the final, but you know, obviously I didn't even get to play in that. But you know, the lesson I learned from you was that confidence in myself and my ability, and that belief in yourself. And throughout your life, that's going to get challenged, knocked down, knocked down, knocked down. And your brain is like a muscle, so you have to train it. So you have to train it in the right ways to be okay. You know, this happened, but you know, it doesn't represent who I am. This is who I am, and so the more and more I trained my brain, the more and more I became confident in myself in all different types of situations, and that really helped propel me to the next level when it came to soccer and being a professional athlete.
So I want to touch on, you mentioned self-doubt and tying that into failure and how you dealt with failure, and what do you want to say about that to our students?
So I think a lot of people, when faced with a major failure, are afraid to make a failure again. I don't want to feel like that. So I've had a situation where I failed miserably, and in that moment, you know, you have a choice. Are you going to call yourself a failure, or are you going to just see it as a failure and move on and learn from it? And there's been a big contrast, and this is very personal to me. My brother, same situation. He was winning a race. He won a race in the state meet. He was supposed to win the 400 meters hands down his senior year. He ended up falling 10 meters from the finish line, and didn't even finish the race. So in that moment, he told himself, I don't ever want to fail like that again. So he stopped taking chances. So I learned from that. Thankfully, I had something to see, but same thing happened. I ran a cross-country state meet final. I was supposed to come in second. First place guy was head and tails above everybody else. But 100 yards from the finish line, I fainted. I passed out, didn't have a good breakfast, whatever, tried to cross. Finished, so I didn't finish the race because I had to get some medical help. And so in that moment, I told myself, I never want to feel like this again. So what am I going to do? I'm going to work harder. I'm going to train harder. I'm going to be harder. And I think that that's difficult to do, because in that situation where you lose, you do feel like a failure. But is it you're going to learn from that failure, or are you going to let that prevail and move on, or are you going to let that failure prevent you from moving on in life, taking more chances, taking more risks, learning more things? Because everybody fails. Successful people fail more often probably than most people. But it's the belief and the learning that they get from those moments that help propel them on and make them stronger and make them more resilient to failure as you move forward in life.
Brian, thank you so much for your time, and thank you to our students and everyone that tuned in to our scholarship reception. To our sponsors, thank you so much. As I mentioned, we've had some events here at East End at your establishment, and we thank you so much for that. Do you have anything to say to people that are looking to support the community, offer their location to organizations like us or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I love giving back. It was one of the things as a professional athlete I felt was not only an obligation, but something I actually really enjoyed doing. So, you know, my venues are always open for charity events. We're looking to help give back to the community. It's something that I feel very strong a part. And you know, and I think one last thing I kind of want to just touch upon that I kind of live by and really kind of figured out is, you know, one of the most important factors I think in people's lives are their friends and their relationships, right? And what I've learned is that, and I've heard that, you know, you become your average net worth of whatever your 5 closest friends are. You know, and I truly believe that, you know, because if you surround yourself with good people and you surround yourself with like-minded people, then you guys lift each other up and help each other out, and that leads to success in life and you know, whatever you see as success.
Thank you so much, Brian, and we will be back here for more events, so come by and check out East End Backyard. It's in East Downtown, 1105 Sampson Street, and thank you so much, Brian, just for being here. We really do appreciate it and all that you do for the Houston community, and thank you.
Hello, good evening, and thank you for joining us. It is my pleasure and honor to be here to help celebrate the 2020-2021 sponsor shout-outs as we are celebrating the scholarship recipients this evening. My name is Katrina Ortega, and I am the Special Events Chair. We would start with giving shout-outs to the Judge Ruben Guerrero and family. They have graciously donated $10,825 of $25,000 raised. Our sponsors are the key to us being able to give scholarships. Champions Club was very helpful with our fashion show this year. They have supplied so much support, and please follow them on Instagram at Champions Club and Facebook. They are strong women with great initiative, and they're very devoted to the community. So thank you so much, Champions Club. We have had numerous supporters who have come back to our various events, especially Realtor Frank Ramirez, who has been there from the beginning, and he continues to offer his support. So thank you so much. Please follow him at Realtor Frank Ramirez on Instagram and Facebook. He has been so great with our Loteria Night, our virtual 5K turkey trot, our soccer tournament, and Cinco de Mayo Loteria Night. Thank you so much. Veronica Martinez, please follow her on Instagram and Facebook at Homes Loans by _Veronica. And she's also on Facebook. She also helps supported our events. Los Tacos have amazing tacos, and I'm always there. They have so been supportive of our virtual Loteria Night, our turkey trot, our first ever turkey trot, and our soccer tournament this year. They're located at several different locations, really good food. I go there religiously. Please follow them at Los Tacos Famous and Los Tacos Parker Service. East End Backyard is where we had a wonderful mural. It was the Who's House, Cougs House. Yay, go Cougs. They were very great with our Loteria Night. We were there in person, and they were a great sponsor for our soccer tournament. So please follow them. They have tons of events, so they're very good about hosting stuff for U of H. Please follow them at East End Backyard and Facebook and Instagram. Top Sushi, incredible food, great sponsor. They're so good at helping with any of our community events. They did our turkey trot and our soccer tournament. They're located at different locations throughout Houston, even in the Woodlands. I go there all the time, the Barker Cypress. You can follow them at Top Sushi _Cypress and on Facebook. Top Sushi, Cypress, Woodlands, different locations. They're very good. EHRA is an engineering company. They're so good at supporting us. And you can follow them at EHRA_engineering and on Facebook as well. Tire Works of Conroe, very near and dear to our heart. They have graciously supported our Lapidea night and the turkey trot. I think they're really good at supporting because Veronica is their daughter. So way to go. They do great work. Follow them at Tile Works of Conroe and at Tile Works of Conroe on Facebook. Jessica Moreno had our first mental health workshop. Great. And she was really good at underwriting that and helping with the scholarship fashion show. You can follow her at J. Morant International and on Facebook as well. A couple of the sponsors that helped with different items like the fashion show, we had Amaji Bank, Ross Bank, Edward Vivenco, Carol Alvarado, and Adrian Garcia all came in with great supportive donations. Thank you so much. For our soccer tournament, we had Action Gypsy, Weatherford, a couple of people that sponsored as well as had teams in there. We thank you so much. We've had different people that help throughout the year, so we thank you so much for all that you do because it makes it possible for us to be able to give out these different scholarships. We had in-kind donations and people who gave us their time, different little goodies that we were able to give. So we are very appreciative being able to do all of the events because it comes back to helping and supporting these students, which are the Cougs and the future Cougs. Thank you so much for all of you for attending these events, for being able to help support as we try to give back to the community for these students. And we welcome you to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and all of the events that are coming up. We will give you the information. So thank you so much for all that you do to help us do good for our community, for the scholarships.